Oh, good morning, everybody. It feels weird saying morning. You usually say good afternoon, and it's almost embedded in now, isn't it? That's what we do. Okay, where am I? I'm here at Hobby Maker. I'm in the green room at the minute. So you might hear John Scott in the background. He's in the studio behind me with Emma. And there's a few people wandering in and out. So don't worry about it. It'll be fine. And I thought, yeah, we'd start with... I thought we're going to do a longer tile today. We're going to do one of the tag tiles. It's nice to do something a bit different. I'm not going to go over the top with the detail. We're just going to do something nice and light and see where it goes. You notice on my desk I've actually got a different colour pen as well. I do like to use these occasionally. I've got the sort of the blue tealy colour one. Oh, it says cobalt green there, look. Nice fine line, just like all the others that we use. So I'm going to add a touch of colour with that bit. And yeah, here we go. I've been up for hours, or it feels like it. I actually left home this morning at 2:30, and yeah, got veered off onto the side roads. The motorway was closed and all sorts, but it's all right. We're here now. I've had a couple of cups of tea, so I'm good. So what have I done with this? I've actually inked it just a little bit around the edges, and see these little bubbles here? I've actually used the little stencil that was in with the cabochons today, so just added a little bit, just in the background there, just something quite nice, isn't it, to sort of start with. So here we go then. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Now if you haven't got a tag tile, it's not a problem. You can use a square tile, regular one. You're just going to, when I draw a line, you're just going to make it fit the square. But I wanted to do something a little bit longer today. So okay, are we ready then? Oh, Marie. I'm all right, Marie, until I actually start on the way home. And I think once I do that, then you can start to get a little tired, but that's fine. Okay, I've put a line down the tile. Oh, sorry, Lynn. It was, here we go. It's a Faber-Castell. There you go. Bit Artist Cobalt Green. They do a lovely, like a red one as well. Sanguine, is that? Hang on a second. Here we go. This is a really nice one. Magenta. There's a sanguine as well, I'm sure. But I've got blue because I've got blue ink. So, okay. So I'm going to just come in with pencil for a start, because I want to sort of get this right in the sense that, you know, we want a bit of a curve. So I'm going to start up here at the top. Let's go around, and I'm going to come quite round, and I'm going to come back down. Oh, bit of a kink there. That's okay because it's in pencil. And back up. So it's sort of like almost a backward S shape. I'm going to just amend that a little bit, I think. There we go. I love coming here. It's nice. There's lots of things going on in lots of different rooms. And here we are having a quiet tangle moment. There we go. Okay, so I've got that kind of shape. Oh yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. It does make that journey coming down here at 2 o'clock in the morning a bit more worthwhile knowing you watch it. Thank you. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to come around the top. I'm going to put a bit of a point on. You see where I'm lining it up with this again? And then back down. I'm going to leave a gap there. And then I'm going to bring it round and just sort of let it hang there a little bit. Okay. So far, so good. All right. So I'm going to come in with pen. It's my regular fine liner. And the reason I left that there is because I'm going to do an aura of it. So if I do that aura first, I'm going to come on in, you see there? So then this is going to come round. There you go. See, and then this one is going to come down here. Now, just bear with me there. I'm going to come and finish that end off in a minute. I'm going to get this shape in first. Again, if you think you've got to sort of follow exactly, you don't have to. Enjoy your own curve. And you see there, I'm going to rub out the pencil lines in a short while. So, if you want to make an amendment, you can do. There we go. And I did finish the cabochon double tile off this morning. I've given that to Ben, so that's going to go in as a giveaway. So I'm really pleased with that. I actually take a photograph of it though for her. I'll let it go. Here we go. Now when I get to the top here, what I want to do is I want to create a bit of a curve, or a curved line, you see? And back in. So let's turn around and join that together there. So at the top, it's a little bit wishbone-like, isn't it? I want to do something similar, so kink out and back in, see? And then of course this one I can join in with this one, okay? So I'm just going to thicken that one a bit there. You see where it just sort of went a bit wonky? That's okay. I can bring in a little bit of a thicker line in parts and bring those in. There you go. So don't think you've got to leave it all the same. See where I've done that there? I'm going to do one there as well. Just thicken it up a bit. And of course you could always do a row of bubbles around it. I did mention that on the show this morning, but we'll see how far we get with other things.
Oh, hello.
Hello, John. There we go. It's going to rub out those lines. Oh, there we go. Okay. So far, so good. So in this shape here, now I can just see that vertical line. I wanted to sort of remove it because I don't want it as part of the finished design, but I can use it to help me create that little leaf shape there. And then of course, let's add a couple of little bubbles over the top and then join in there. So I've got a little dangly. And bringing it down, I'm going to do one about here as well. Let's have a look. This is not on the vertical now, it's slightly over, but you can put one in wherever you like, or you can change the shape if you can't quite fit one in. And again, let's put some little dots or small bubbles in and join them together. Okay, a bit different, isn't it? That's why it's nice to have that longer shape.
If I'd known you, Dad, could you brought your labels? I put them in the post
Oh,
yesterday.
John, never mind. Thank you anyway.
That's all right.
Bless. Oh. No, I'm going to do some little drawstring bags for John. He's working with a charity at the minute. I have to have a look at it on his page. So you have to need some labels to put on them. So yeah, there you go. So I've got some little lines coming off here. I'm going to put 3 in to start with. Just sort of working it around. There we go. And then I'm coming off at this end as well. Let's do something similar. I'm not trying to repeat it. I just want to have something that looks like it's coming off. Not too close to the edge, because I want to add something to the end of them. There we go. Oh, do you think that's okay? We all can hit a grumpy face in the morning sometime. I think I was when I found that the M1 was closed for a whole junction. I got stuck behind a lot of Arctics. So yeah, there we go. Just adding those little bubbles on the top there. Alright, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so we can see what we're doing here. There we go. Alright. So on the top of this little bubble here, I'm going to draw a larger one. There we go. Bit brave, I know. And then around with a little swirl in there. Okay. Let's do the same on all of those. And I don't want to go too large with that one because I'm quite close to the edge. And let's do one here. Quite close to the edge. Oh, that's got space there. Like little lollipops, aren't they? Alright, same with this one. Let's add those little bubbles and round we go. And again this one might go off the tile or might sort of swerve it a bit in one way. We'll see. Okay. So coming back to the top here then, let's have a look at these little shapes. What I'm going to do is put a little hat on the top. Almost like a new version of a zinger. Let's add a few more in. Yeah. So this one I can gear it this way, can't I? So by putting the hat sort of on that way. There you go. So this one, let's have it going this way. So you can control this a little bit. Don't want to completely, but it's just nice to have that little thing there. Let's have a look at that. There you go, look at those. So let's do the same on these ones. Alright, so coming around and just working it in little hats and then even smaller. This one really coming on in. There we go. Okay, and the last one. So our hats are going to sort of...
Yes, thank you. Sorry, do you know where Wayne is?
Wayne?
Okay,
Yes.
so that's our first sort
That's
of
IT man.
Wayne Pascoe.
bits and
Wayne
pieces.
Pascoe. Can I have your name as well?
So I'm going to
Tammy.
come in a little bit
Yeah.
more now.
Thank you.
There we go. And I'm going to come in with pencil. It's going to sort of sit behind here, and what we want to do, if we can, is to get the whole shape in. So let's do this one first. Come in pen and do it afterwards, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around and stop and go back. And around and stop and go back. And around and stop there. And the same on this way. So let's go that way and stop. And around, stop, and around. Make that a bit longer. You got the idea? So let's have a look at it this way then. Let's put that curve in, so it's going to go behind these. So around and stop, around and stop back, and around and back, and along. See, make that a little bit longer. So same this way. I'm not going to really see that one there. Let's bring it up here. Look. So it's sort of almost like you're coming back on yourself. And in we go. Let's put this in pen now. So we're just going to draw in the bits that we're definitely going to see. What about making that bit longer? It's quite nice. Same here. So in and along. There we go. I'm going to put that line in as well. Just where I can see it. Same with this one. There we go. Again, just make that a little bit longer at the end. It's fine. Right, longer, and then again, I'm going to put that in. A couple of little dots maybe on the ends there. It's quite nice to look at that. There we go. So I'm going to do something similar this side. I think this time I can do this one without pencil. So along and back. We'll go back. There you go. Same on this side, look. Just keep coming and sort of going back on yourself. Make that a little bit longer. A couple of dots. So this is the tricky one behind here. So come in with your pencil. Draw that first one. And then along. You see, you get quicker at that. So you just got to remember to sort of keep stopping and starting and going back on yourself. And then let's draw in the bits we're going to see. So this one, I'm going to sort of stop it now. I'm going to take it over, go even longer. There you are. And then I'm going to see these bits. So I'm going to bring it in a little bit more there because I want to join that one. Okay. Of course, and put that line in. There we go. There we are. So I'm just going to remove those lines. Same on this one. Oh, it's all going on here today, isn't it? That's it. You can't hang that way, can you? You've got to go that way. Okay. So I'm going to do now, I'm going to bring in a bit of a border. Now you can do this freehand like I'm going to do, or you can do it with a straight edge if you want to. Oh, just a little bit of pencil there still. And I'm going to do sort of little dots and dashes all the way along. And there, leave a little bit of space on those. You can sort of see as you come to bits and pieces. Same along. There we go. Now if you feel that you don't want to draw a straight line, you can do a wavy one. I'll add a bit of a wobble in. And swirl it a bit if you want to.
I couldn't find him. Should I have a phone room with him?
Yes, he is expecting
There
you.
we go.
Have you got his number?
I've messaged
Let's see
Caroline.
it there.
That's fine then. Thank you.
Okay, thank
There
you.
we go, sort of joining it together. The great thing with dots and dashes, if you don't quite meet up, it's like you're meant to, it's fine. There we go. So I'm going to bring in a bit of colour now with the blue pen. It's green. It looks a bit more blue to me, to be honest. And let's go on in. So first of all, I'm going to work around my shapes here. I'm going to add just a little bit of colour in those little bubbles. Okay. And then just sort of along here. Now we could go with bubbles. What I want to do is I'm going to come in with a little loop. So it looks like bubbles, but they're not quite touching. And if you feel that you need to stop, that's fine. You don't have to continue it. Just take your time with them. And when you get to the bottom, see there, I want to do a loop at the bottom like that. And then along. Create the same thing going back up. Now it'd be nice actually using coloured pencils to actually create a gem with that. But I'm just going to stick with pencils today. Same at the bottom. So again, adding a little bit of colour in there. Start at the top. Now you can start the other side if you want. And turn it round or whatever works for you. It's just something a little bit different. There we go, and then I get to the bottom and I want one at the bottom. Oh Francis, just give me a second and I'll show you what pen I'm using. It's I do use them quite a bit. I do like to use them now and again. There you go. See, all the way around. There we go, hang on. Let's go out a little bit. There you go. Alright. So that just gives it a little hint of a colour, doesn't it? And where we've got this gap here, what I'm going to do is add in some dots. Now notice I'm not doing it at an angle, I'm doing it quite sort of high up now. But we've got a little bit of colour in there. Now of course the more dots you put on, the darker it looks. So it's sort of giving it a bit of a shadow without even using the tortillon yet. Yeah. So see how they sort of move further out? The closer they are, the darker they look. And of course you can do this with any colour. Pencils you can't really do it with so much. But, there we go. So this is quite a nice one. You know, if you've got the cabochons from this morning, you could use the teardrop one. Make this a bit bigger, or use the little ones to create little baubles hanging. Well, that'd be quite nice to do. And a little bit quicker than some we've done in the past. So just sort of keep working both sides. Adding this sort of dots. You can always sort of have a look and keep checking and add some if you want to. And the little bubbles here again, I'm going to add a little bit. Now remember, this isn't going to blend, so I'm happy with that because you're going to get that little sort of touch of colour. And same with these. There you go. Okay. So far so good. So if I bring in my pencil, first thing I want to do is I want to put some underneath here because that's where you're going to get a little bit of shade anyway. Alright. And then just a little bit on this edge, just bring it round. So do the same on the bottom, just on the edge, round a bit. So these, if you want to colour them in with the pencils, I wouldn't do this pencil bit, but I'm going to stick with the pencil for now. I just want this hint of blue. So I'm going to stick with my pencil. You notice as well, I'm really close to that edge, but I'm not right on the edge. Okay, so let's have a look at our little zingery shapes. I'm going to give it a little corner sort of smirk, and then a little bit on either side. Now if yours are quite thin, just do one side. And then a little bit up that centre line. Same in this one, so little smirks. And a little bit of pencil on either side. And then of course, pencil just through that vein in the middle. And then I'm going to add some just along the outside edge there. And same there. You see, I notice I've not gone right close up. Stop about there. And then a little bit there. So, tortilla. Let's do these little gems first. So, kind of ever so gentle. Just want to soften it off. And again, I'm not going right up to the edge. It might move a bit, but that's okay. There you go. Same with this one, so we're just softening it off. Working my way around. Let's do this bit while I'm here. Again, just sort of softening it round. Back to the next one. And there we go. Just adding little bits in. Okay, and then this one. See, just giving it a little bit of an ease off there. So let's come to our little zinger shapes, and again I'm going to ever so gently soften this pencil. I certainly don't want to go down the middle. I'll leave a nice little highlight there. There we go with those. Now if you find that yours are a little bit thinner than mine, it's fine, just do one side, don't do both. And of course if you really need to, you can come down the middle with an eraser or rubber. What I tend to do, I do cut bits off, so cut a bit off and get yourself a nice clean line. But hopefully I'm not going to need it. There we are. Just a little bit there. There we go. And then of course just, now this one I'm going to sort of work in a zigzag motion, going up one side and then up the other. You see, it's given that little bit of texture. So start it off and then a little bit of texture going up on this side. You see, we could blend it to nothing, but sometimes it's nice to have that little bit of something there, isn't it? Same there. Oh, sorry Viv if I'm going a bit quick. It's always like this when I'm out and about. You never know who's going to walk through the door. So you can stop me and pause me later. The fact is that we do it no matter what. So, couldn't do it this afternoon though, as you know I'm on air at 2. So, but this little bit here, I'm just touching round. I'm not trying to sort of move it too much. Just want a little bit of shade there. Same on this one. Okay, just sort of ease that off. Let's have a quick look at this. So, coming back with pencil, I think what I want to do, where I've got my leaves, I'm going to add a little bit of pencil there. See, I'm just sort of following the shape of that leaf. A little bit there. Just where they're sort of really sticking out, maybe a bit there, look. And a little bit there. And then where I've got these sort of coming over the top, I'm going to add a bit of pencil. Just to one side. Same down here. Let's just soften those off a little bit. Again, just going to give it that little bit of a shadow effect. Same on that one. And then along here on this one. Alright, so I'm just going to add a little bit of shade. Now you can choose, you can shade on the inside or the outside of this line. Okay. Oh, Rose, no, October. If I said the tile wall was due in December, no, it's the 31st of October. So you've only got, is it a week left to get those tiles in? So, bit of a pencil. See, I'm not being too neat there. It's just on the inside. There we go. Back with a tortilla. Isn't it amazing, Nadia, how many tiles we've actually done? When you look back over them all, how different they all are. And you can see, you know, when events have happened. I don't know, we lost Susan this time last year. So her tile is one that's noticeable. Of course, we did the Christmas and we've done Halloween. We did the Jubilee, if you remember that one. All these memories, all these dates, things that we do. So this one we remember where I was and why we sort of did a quite sort of a straightforward one, because at the time today is a little bit different. But they never stop, even if we have to do them the day after or change the time. We know that there's still going to be a time. And I like that about it. Okay. So, I can imagine all sorts of things with this one. You've got a bit of time maybe this afternoon. You might want to do it again, a different colour, or see where it works. Let's just zoom out a little bit. There you go. So that is, in all essence, our tile for today. It just gives us a little bit of something to work with. You could even try this as a different shape. I quite like that herringbone at the top and those little droplets. So, hope you've enjoyed that one. I say no, a bit speedy and a little bit shorter than some of them, but still I think plenty for you to go at and see how you get on with that one. Signature there. Job done. So, alright, if you're around later and you're tangling this, you want to watch at 2 o'clock. Got a new little book in. I'm sure you've all seen it on pre-order, so I'm not going to show you. I'm going to make you wait and see what's in it. But other than that, have a lovely day, and I will see you soon. Take care, everybody.